Success isn't random. It follows a code. Welcome to the Conant Code, where we break down the strategies, challenge the myths, and uncover the truth in 5 minutes or less. Now, let's crack the code.
In 1920, in a quiet kitchen in New Brunswick, New Jersey, a woman named Josephine Dixon was doing what she did every evening, preparing dinner. The smell of simmering vegetables filled the air, and the clatter of pots and pans echoed through the house. Then it happened. A slip of the knife, a sharp sting, a drop of blood. It wasn't a big injury, just a small cut on her finger. But it wasn't the first time. In fact, Josephine seemed to be in a constant battle with kitchen accidents. Burns, scrapes, nicks, her hands told a story of countless small mishaps. She reached for the first aid supplies, a roll of gauze and a strip of adhesive tape, and began the awkward process of wrapping her wound. The tape wouldn't stick. The gauze wouldn't stay in place. She sighed in frustration, her fingers still throbbing. Her husband, Earl, watched from across the room. Earl wasn't a doctor. He wasn't an inventor. He was a cotton buyer for a local company. But he was a problem solver. And that night, as he watched his wife struggle with her makeshift bandage, an idea sparked. What if there was a way to create a pre-made bandage? Something small and easy to apply, a simple fix for these everyday cuts and scrapes. Earl went to his workbench. He cut a piece of gauze and placed it in the center of an adhesive strip. Then he covered it with crinoline to keep it sterile until it was needed. It was a crude prototype, but it worked. The next time Josephine cut herself, because of course it happened again, Earl handed her his invention. She peeled back the crinoline and pressed the bandage onto her finger. No tape, no fuss, just peel and stick. It was brilliant in its simplicity. Earl thought it might be useful to others, so he brought his invention to his bosses at work. At first, they were skeptical. It was such a small idea. Could it really change anything? Still, they decided to give it a shot. They began producing the new product and put it on store shelves. But here's where things took a surprising turn. Nobody bought it. In its first year, the product was a total flop. Customers didn't understand it. Why buy this strange new adhesive bandage when they had gauze and tape at home? The company could have given up right there, but they didn't. Instead, they got creative. They started giving the product away for free to Boy Scout troops, school nurses, and even soldiers. It was a gamble, but it paid off. Once people tried it, they couldn't live without it. And then came World War II. Millions of these tiny bandages were shipped overseas to soldiers on the front lines. They became a first aid staple, simple, effective, and life-saving. By the late 1940s, the product had become a household name. It was no longer a niche invention, it was a necessity. And that little strip of adhesive with a piece of gauze in the middle, you know it today as the Band-Aid. But here's the real twist. The story of the Band-Aid isn't just about first aid, it's about the power of simple solutions. Earl Dixon didn't set out to create a revolutionary product. He wasn't chasing fame or fortune. He just saw a need and filled it. He solved a problem that was right in front of him. The lesson? Innovation doesn't have to be big or flashy. Sometimes the best ideas are the ones hiding in plain sight. The small fixes that make everyday life just a little easier. So the next time you slap on a Band-Aid, remember the story behind it. And maybe ask yourself, what small problem in your life is waiting to be solved? What simple idea could change everything? And that, my friends, is the Conant Code.
That's it for this episode of the Conant Code. If you got something out of it, share it with a friend, follow the show, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. More insights, more strategies, and more code breaking coming soon. Until next time, keep thinking, keep building, and keep pushing forward.